in the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.
What up? I have no idea if I played the right intros. None of them look like they're long enough. I'm here, last minute hosting a draw stream, the Madness draw stream. If you're out there and you want to come on in. Ask for a link. I believe the link's only in a couple places right now. So as far as to join the invite. So if you want to get on and you don't have it, let me know. I'll actually gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop it like it's hot in the chat. Just please, only friendlies, and if you want to draw, it is a draw stream. All right. Let me do this now. All right, there's the link if you want to come in and draw alone. I'm gonna sit here and wait for people to show up, because I'm here regardless. So, well, I'm here by my lonesome. If you haven't checked it out already, my new campaign is live on Kickstarter and Indiegogo simultaneously. Addicts Unbound Fury number 2. If you missed number 1, you can still get the catch up here with number 2. So you won't miss out on anything. But go check it out today. I will be dropping the link in the chat here as soon as I get to that. What you're looking at on my drawing table is a cover. I started on a draw stream, and I'm going to finish it on draw streams. And it's going to be a cover for the next issue 3 of Addicts Unbound Fury, in case you were wondering. And even if you weren't wondering, that's what it is. It is what it is. All right. I just dropped the Kickstarter one in the chat. And I will drop the Indiegogo one next, so that they're in there. Sorry, I'm bad at multitasking. No, not bad. I'm just not great at it. And there you go. And that's the IGG one. So go check them out. And if you're so inclined, please feel free to back them and help me reach my goals so that we can get this book out to everybody and let it see print. All right. So still here by my lonesome. All right. So this here is Addicts up in the foreground here. This is the female Addicts. She has a name, but you'll have to get the book to get that. And this back here, we're going to have to see who this turns out to be, because in my head, this could be one of 3 people. And I haven't made that decision yet. But when I get to her, we'll know. All right. So I'm going to sit here and draw until I get some company up in here. You know what I'm saying? Up in here. Pops is not available today. I don't know if it's a vacation thing, if it's something I had to do, but it doesn't matter, because you know what? We try to get each other's backs and cover. And I'm able to do it. So there you go. Wrote a little song about it. Want to hear it? Here you go. I hope all you fathers out there had a good Father's Day. I know I did. It was nice and relaxing and fun. And I hope that was last weekend, but I'm just saying it now because I don't think I've been around, was I? I don't remember. Everything's blended into each other. So, I can't be mad at Juneteenth because since it's a national holiday right now, I get paid for having it off. So that works out to my benefit. Just throw that out there. I always like that. All right. Well, I see 10 people watching. So if any of you like to draw, come on, jump on in. Just ask me for the link, or if you've got the link, come on in. Let's make it happen. For those of you watching that might not know, if you're night owls, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be going live with my show, the Drawing Show, COU Drawing Show. That will be available on my network, the Madness Network, and wherever else Pops wants it to go. So if you're a night owl, or if that's the day wherever you happen to be living, come on by. You can jump on. You can just hang in the chat. We have some interesting conversations sometimes. Have some interesting people on sometimes. And sometimes you just get to hear me talk nonsense, but that could be entertaining, depending on who you are and what you consider entertaining. Almost forgot a whole eye. A whole eye. Almost went missing. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh boy. Oh, well, I said I'd know by the time I got to that character, but I don't think I know yet. I do know. We're gonna make this. This. I'm not gonna say who it is. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you gotta get the book to find out. You're definitely gonna have to get the book to find out what's going on in this image a little bit. Anybody out there in TV land, come on back now. I got the house all to myself today. It's my son's birthday, and he went with his girlfriend to a water park, and my wife went with her girlfriends to be in a parade. Very interesting. And that left me home all alone. So, do some risky business dancing in the kitchen and drawing. Now I'm drawing. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? I really like the way he came out in this. I'm very happy with that. This went from just a drawing to a cover because of that. How much I felt I liked that version of him. So, just thought I'd throw that out there. A little bit of the inside machinations of my mind, which I know is a scary place sometimes, but I'll only share that which I think you can handle. Which ain't too much for my mind. Woo-hoo. I'm a little hopped up on caffeine, but why not, right? A lot of people have been taking this opportunity to stay off to go do yard work or things around the house. But nay, I say, nay. I am staying inside the AC. Because it's freaking hot out there. I don't know where everybody is right now, but I'm on the East Coast. There's a high humidity. It's 85 degrees. That is well out of my comfort zone. My comfort zone is 75 to like 65. That's what I consider ideal. And it ain't that, so. What up, Josh? Hope everything's good where you are. It's hot out. Yeah, it is hot. Are you over here too on the east side, East Coast? Oh, thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. All right. You're in Gallup. Heard of it? No idea where it is. That's just I'm bad with geography. Was it one of my favorite classes? Oh, New Mexico. All right. So it's probably a lot hotter where you are than here, but you guys have a drier heat, right? Am I wrong? Because I know I like Arizona and Nevada and all that because it's nice and dry. It could be like 108 and I'll be all right. As long as I don't stay outside long, then I'll be burned. Well, I appreciate that. That's very funny. I am not. I'm answering these things, but I'm not posting them up on the screen because I'm not very good at multitasking. But let me throw some of these up here. So, Josh, I don't know what WWMPD is, but Josh Perry. I'm just gonna call you Josh. Said he lives in Gallup. out in Mexico. This is what I was saying. Thank you to. I appreciate that. I'm in New York. I'm in New York, close to the Manhattans, very close to the Manhattans. But if you like my stuff, Josh, go check out the campaign. And if you're unable to back it, any little bit helps. So I'd appreciate it if you could share it out to your socials and stuff. That'd be great. I think anyone that's a fan of, and this is just my opinion, obviously, anyone that's a fan of like the '90s type stuff, especially image stuff, would probably like my book because I guess that's where a lot of my storytelling technique comes from, and I guess some of the stories or the way they storytelling style and artwork, I guess, all derives from that time period. Those were my formative years, my college and high school years. So, yeah, check it out. I get a lot that the attic story I'm doing right now from people reminds them of something from heavy metal. I don't see it, but I appreciate it. I mean, to be compared to heavy metal is pretty cool. I was a fan of that magazine for a long time. It stands for Werewolf Movies Police Department. All right. I heard about that place that happened in New York. You have to elaborate on that. I'm not sure what that is. I'm a fan of your shows. Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I'm still kind of waiting to see if anybody jumps on. Kind of was under the assumption that people were waiting for the draw stream, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure now. Now I just look like a crazy man that decided to have a draw stream go down. Woo! Is there a house that's haunted? There are a lot of houses that are haunted, Josh. That would have to be more specific. If you tell me what it's famous for, like what happened there, maybe I could tell you if I know it. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot. Me and my wife, we're into haunted house type shit, like real stuff. Like we don't necessarily go to them all, but we like watching them and learning about the ones that, especially around us. We used to do the gravesite tours, the haunted gravesite tours, and stuff like that. But so there's a bunch. I know there's some in PA, which is close to us. We went to what is it? Penn State Penitentiary. Yeah, I think it's Penn State Penitentiary. You know, the penitentiary in Pennsylvania is supposedly haunted. I took a ton of pictures, hoping to catch something in one of the pictures when I got home and looked at them all. I have not seen anything, but oddly, shortly after our visit, people were posting from their visits images of stuff that was captured in the same areas I took pictures, which I thought was weird. I was like, oh, I have that same picture, same angle, same everything, but I don't have the person in it. They do. lost my pencil. Okay, got it. Yes. So where was I? I'm sorry, I got sidetracked for a second. So haunted houses, yeah. Yeah. You know, it was I think it's Eastern State Penitentiary is the name of the place, and they had Al Capone's cell. I guess he did a stint there for a time, um, but like perfectly preserved, and it was eerie. They have a record player in there playing. Oh yeah, the Amityville. They got movies about that. Yeah, that's never went to see it. A little creepy. When something's that dark but real, we stay away. If it's just haunted, that's one thing. But if it's really like dark, demonic type crap, I wouldn't recommend anybody going there. Really, you don't want to bring that stuff home with you. Their house that's haunted out there in New York, near me. Do you mean? Um, there's a hotel that's haunted. I can't remember the name of it, but I'd say it's maybe somewhere between 20 and 30 miles from me, from where I live. And it was a big hotel, haunted, and it's still open. But I mean, they had it on one of those ghost hunter shows or documentary type shows. They had it on, um, back when I guess at the height of when they discovered it was haunted or whatever happened there. Um, it was in the papers and stuff. My wife remembers all these things. I would have to ask her what the name of the hotel is. Um, I remember places more than I remember their names. Like I remember experiences like going to places and stuff. But if I only go there once or even twice sometimes, I don't retain the name of the place or whatever. It's like people too. I'm bad with that. I'll have to be introduced to you at least 3 or 4 times before I remember your name. The internet's easier because everyone's name usually pops up. So not the same, but in person, 3 or 4 times at least before I remember who you are. At work, I tell people that right out of the gate so they don't get upset that I don't remember their name. Just some people get really upset about that. I don't have any ghost stories per se. Like I've never been in a situation where something happened that I witnessed. I've had creepy dreams in haunted places of things that you wake up and you still see the things or whatever, or you get a chill, stuff like that. But never anything major. No great story to tell. Um, I had 3 family members when I was a teenager passed away, and they passed away while in the middle of the night while we were sleeping, and I had dreams that they came to me. And when I woke up, I kind of knew that they had passed in the middle of the night, and sure enough, they did. So it was like they came to see me on their way out. That was a little weird for me. Hey, RJ, what's going on? Hello to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. I am in the process of drawing a cover for the next book, book 3. Right now, book 2 is campaigning. I put the links in the chat if you want to go check it out if you haven't already, and share it out if you would be so kind. I spent the better part of like 8 or 9 hours between yesterday afternoon and early this morning, like the wee hours of the morning, airbrushing t-shirts for my wife for this place she went to today, and she didn't end up using them. So I told her, I said, never again, no more for you, no soup for you. I said, you know how much I would charge for that time if you weren't my wife? The noive, the noive. Some people. Hopefully someone comes in. I would like to draw for a while, and I hope someone comes in, because if no one comes in, I'm going to have to shut the stream down at 4:40, because I have to go pick up my dog, and I can't leave dead air. I wouldn't want to leave dead air for 20 minutes. But if someone comes on, they can hang out with everybody until I get back, and then I'll pick up where I left off and continue to bore everybody. We have tons of people watching, nobody coming in, but that's all right. Just like the soothing sound of my voice here on Madness Network. So, RJ, what are you up to? Who is your daddy and what does he do? For those that don't know, my character here, he has this blue aura force field it's on all the time. It's permanently on. But I only illustrate it when he's either using it or about to use it. Like, this is kind of like I'm getting ready to kick your ass fight stance. So his aura is kind of flaring up. You know what I'm saying? It's like hemorrhoids a little bit. Got a little flare up. Or herpes, depending on what kind of lifestyle you have. No judgment, just trying to get you to relate. You know what I'm saying? Comic book superheroes, in my mind, is the only reason aliens haven't invaded us yet, because they've seen these things and they're like, if these are really people, we need to be careful. Just thought I'd throw that out there. That's my theory. So, some alien out there is reading a comic book saying, damn, these humans are crazy, yo. We don't want to mess with them. They're like, who leaps tall buildings in a single bound? That's unheard of. Faster than a locomotive. We don't even know what that is. We're aliens. Listen, when you listen to just me, people, these are the things you hear. These are the things that go through my head. She's like, fuck it. Look at that. Look at that. You can see down his cavernous maw. For those out there of you that are aware of the Flip City contest going on, this is my work in progress submission of the Pink Panther crossing his legs and holding his tail because he has to go to the bathroom, but he's not sure. He's not sure about this bathroom, if he should go into it or not. I mean, what do you think? Josh, RJ, did I lose you guys? Is that it? My ramblings have gotten to you. It's okay. I'm still here anyway. And I plan on staying here right up until the time I'm not here. So, yeah. I like that. Hey, we got Angels of the Renaissance. What's going on? Hello, fellow artists. Hello to you. Would you like to come in and draw? Because you could do that. The link is in the chat. You just got to scroll up a little bit. All right. Well, that's cool. Just jump in, and if I see you in the back room, I'll bring you on. All right. Sound good. I don't think I'm gonna get into the rendering of this, so I might jump to something new after this. If no one jumps on, this is gonna turn into a tutorial, at least in my style, and you might see me set up a page for the next campaign. Because that's what I'm gonna do, and I need to have something ready to go for tonight because I want to work on the new book on my stream tonight. Some pages. So I might set up a page or two here if I have the time. Because this, let's see if you guys can see it. So that's my character, Ada. She is the secretary to the big bad, Sarah Bosch, which is the enemy of my book. Yes, I'm still all alone. I'm still all by my lonesome over here. I'm going to cry. It's cold. It's dark. I can't see nothing. I'm sorry. Too much caffeine? Bueller? What up, Flip? Hello, angels. It just made me think of Charlie's Angels. Morning, angels. Ada Wong, because she ain't white. I mean, right? If anybody's ever watched me draw for any length of time, you might have figured out that I'm not a big fan of rulers and stencils. The only time you really see me use a ruler is to do panels for the comic page, because I need those to be straight. But I'm not a big fan of it. Like, I'll do a whole city scene without using a ruler. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but it is unfortunately what I do. Because I need to see things fast, and I don't have patience. So it is a downside, but it is nonetheless how I operate. Ada Wong. It's yeah. I heard that in a porno once. They asked her what she did. She said she ate a Wong or a Wang, something like that. It's either ate a Dong, a Wong, a Wang. They ate something. These are the jokes, people. It's only going to get worse. I had a cop tell me and my friend to go home once when we were teenagers. We were 18. And his reasoning for telling us to go home is he said it was only going to get worse. He made it sound like there was riots in the street, like it was the movie The Crow, and the town was burning. I was like, dude, it's just a Saturday night. Relax. I know that's not that's not my character's name. The name just popped in my head. Her name is Ada, but honestly, I haven't given her a last name. She doesn't need one. She's like Cher or Madonna or Shaft. You know what I'm saying? Shut Joe. Anyway. Thank you, angels. I appreciate that. I do. And listen, if you guys haven't, I'll say it again. If you haven't checked out Addicts Unbound Fury, go check it out now. Because if you like the art, I do all the interiors. And I do a couple of covers. It's all my stuff. I have some really cool variants as well. And yeah, go check it out. The links are up in the chat. Just scroll up a little bit and you'll find them. And we have a guest here, folks. We have a guest. And, well, without any further ado, here we go.
Hey.
What up?
I'm checking in from an undisclosed location.
I can tell. Well, you look like you're in witness protection. It's all blacked out.
Yes. I did it on purpose because I can't be seen with you, Zaff.
Oh, with me? Is it that bad now?
Except for you can see like all my wispy hairs. That's pretty bad.
Is my rep that bad now? He can't be seen with me?
Yeah. Dude, look at us like working so hard to try to get this draw stream going, and then you're like totally blowing in the wind.
That's all right.
Yeah, you're pretty good. I personally get so much anxiety streaming completely by myself with nobody to talk to.
Angel says hello to your guest. You need that voice modulator too that makes you sound like this.
Oh man, do they have that in StreamYard? Those options?
That would be cool. They should get that. Then you could start doing some really cool interviews with people, so they know they won't be ousted.
Yeah, I have. Well, we have in Flip City this one character called Anti-Fascist. That I do a voice modulator with, and it makes me laugh at least.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna look for your link so I can drop that in the.
They used to have the apps that did that, so I'm sure if you're streaming from your phone, you could probably use it on yourself. You know.
Yeah, and I would think that you have those options if you're like streaming through OBS or something.
Probably.
Okay.
I was gonna look into that, but a few people that do use it have told me that it is a lot to learn, and I'm like, yeah, when it comes to learning a new program, if there's a lot there, it turns me off. Like if there's a big learning curve, I'm like, yeah, I'll just use the one I'm comfortable with, the easy one.
Well, especially in this day and age where there's an app for everything, and app designers, they're really good at making things user friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking on your Facebook for your Kickstarter. There it is. So that I can drop that.
Yeah. And do I have my so for anyone that can't find the link or doesn't know where to get the link, if you right there on my name, the foresight11.com is my website, and if you just go to that, my social links are there, and also a link to the campaigns.
All right, now. Yeah, we got to get you more backers, brother. Only 6 backers so far.
I know. I got 3 over at Indiegogo and 6 on Kickstarter. Need more people. Go buy my book. I'm trying. I got a show that I will not announce yet because it's not 100% confirmed. Coming up next week. Hopefully next week.
Going on somebody else's show?
Yeah. And then I think I'm on yours on the 26th, right?
You know, you
Yes,
asked
I
me
am.
again. I told you I wasn't going to remind
No,
you
no,
anymore.
I looked at it. I looked at it on my thing. It's the
Okay.
26th.
I completely. Oh, so you're next week's guest.
That's it.
Awesome. We're going to have fun.
So, but yeah, so if everybody could help me get this out there, I'd appreciate it. I understand sometimes you're not able to back it yourself, but if you could share it, it'd be greatly appreciated.
And I'm sure you've already said so, but what are you working on right now? It looks like your characters, but
So yeah, this was a cover. No, actually, this was just a drawing. I was on the Don Draw Stuff show.
oh, okay.
I was on there, and the same day as my launch for the Kickstarter, that Saturday, and I was on his show prior to me launching because his show comes on before mine, just before mine, and we kind of overlap a little bit. So I had to leave his early to go start mine, which is where I launched it. But so they on that show they pick a character to draw, whatever, and because they had picked addicts a while back to draw in there, they picked the topic was any one of my characters. So I got a lot of they went to my website, picked the characters that I have shown there, and decided to draw them. And there was some really cool artwork that came from that. But I drew this. I started drawing this, and I liked the way he was coming out so much that I decided to turn it into a cover. So this will be one of the covers for book 3.
Very good.
Yeah, book 2 is the one campaigning right now, and this will be for the one after it.
And what's the plan for launching book 3? Do you have that already, like, kind of scheduled out to launch for book 3? Do you have a timeline of when you want to?
I want to get this book that's campaigning now funded first off. So everybody go back in. But I want when this one's funded, I want to get it out. The date is October to start fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
And so hopefully that I can stay on that timeline. Right now, it looks like I will be able to do that. I already got more than 2/3 of the book back colored. I started the lettering, and once I'm done with that, I'll pre-press it and then send it to the printers. So I'm hoping I'm just down to lettering by the time the campaign ends.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so it'll be the quickest turnaround I've ever done. And all the breakdowns for book 3 are done. So now I'm actually done with the line work here. I'm gonna put this aside in a minute, and I'm gonna start using my breakdowns to make the bigger pages. And I want to start tonight drawing pages like 1 and 2 of the, or at least page 1 of the next book in the pencil form. So by the time that campaign comes around, hopefully I'll have some of the pages out to the colorist already. And then that one might fulfill sometime, I'm going to say probably in May, it'll fulfill next year.
Uh-huh.
And then I want to go to a lot of conventions next year because I have not been on that scene. I'm hoping I get picked for New York Comic Con this year because I have my name in the hat for that. That would be great. That'd be my first one.
Is New York Comic Con pretty big?
It's the biggest.
Oh my gosh.
On the East Coast, it's the biggest.
Yeah. See, I have so much anxiety built up about going to cons that I know because we still haven't done it, and we've been publishing for 5 years,
Yeah.
and we still haven't tried out the con scene. And I've gotten a lot of good advice to start small.
Yeah.
That is good advice because it's less risk. You don't have to pay as much for your booth, and because that's what, like, I understand, like, that you can network and stuff like that. So even if you're not breaking even, you've done, other things for your business. But I can network online for free,
Well, so New York Comic Con. I've gone to New York Comic Con all through the 90s. It took a hiatus for a while. They weren't doing it for a while. I don't know the exact amount of time. I feel like they didn't do it for about 10 years.
Wow.
It's probably less than that, but that's what it felt like. And then they came back to doing it again, and they came back strong. I think it was when at the end of the 90s, early 2000s, where the industry took a big hit. That's when they stopped doing it. And then when it started picking up again, they started doing it again. But I have experience going there. I tabled there once back then in Artist Alley because a friend of mine had his book out through a small publishing company, and they weren't too strict about things. So me and him both shared a table at the show, and I actually had a bunch of these characters there. Addix was actually in his book for a whole issue. So that was cool. So that was actually, he's already been published prior to me doing this. And that was mainstream, I guess. Even though it was a lower scale, it's still mainstream. It was in comic shops and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was back during the 90s when all the small presses were coming out, and they were in comic shops was really the only way to put it out if you wanted to make any money. Like websites and crowdfunding wasn't a thing. Websites were not really businesses yet, for at least not for comics.
Right. How did you get them into comic shops back then? Like, were you like literally pounding pavement and knocking doors?
No, from the convention scene. He met someone at a convention that liked his character. He got a book deal. They agreed to bring my character in and put him in the book. And that's basically how we got it. But then after, I think he got, I'm not sure, don't quote me on this. I think he got 2 books out of them and then they folded. But I went to School of Visual Arts in Manhattan, which at the time was rated the best school in the world for art, for certain art, fine arts, and I forget what the other one was. But it was rated best in the world. It went down to best in the United States about 10 years later. I don't know where it stands today. I know they moved their focus to a lot of digital art and computer arts over the years, but they still do everything. But that's became their main focus. Originally, it was fine arts. For the period of the 90s, their cartooning illustration department, which is covered comics, got really big, but it never became a primary.
So did you finish and get a degree, or did you just go for a while?
I went for 8 years, and I still stand 2 classes shy of getting a diploma from there.
Are you kidding me?
No, I just said fuck it. I mean, at this point, it's. I mean, that degree's not going to get me into that's cat ass in the camera. That's what that was.
Yes, he's being a brat, and he was. I don't even know what he did.
It just changed the whole rating of this whole show.
Yes, everybody loves to see a cat on stream.
But yeah, so I don't need it for this, doing this, you know?
Yeah.
No one's asking me for my credentials as far as schooling. And as far as my regular job, it holds no weight for that. So.
Right. Yeah. Scott, my husband, you know, he went to Art Center in Pasadena, which is a highly rated art school.
Okay.
Ton of debt and all that. And the best thing that he learned from them was a work ethic, you know, and finishing, because it was just like nonstop for the 4 years that he went. And I do credit that school and his training to our stick-to-itiveness for publishing Flip City magazine and how hard he works on it, you know?
Well, I won't take away that, like, I definitely learned stuff there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like a waste of my time that way, but I've already taken that stuff away from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to go back to get a degree to remember the stuff I've learned, you know?
Right.
So.
Right. And it's very highly unlikely that you'd use that degree to get a job.
No, I mean, I've been where I'm at now 20 years.
Yeah.
I have another 8 years before I can retire. I don't think I'm too worried about getting the art degree, especially since if everything fell apart and I had to live off my artwork, again, no one's asking for the degree.
Right.
It's either they like what you do or they don't. But yeah, I'm going to switch up when I'm working on that because the line work on this is done. Show all the people in the chat this one more time.
Also, I'm going to bug our group of friends and see if anybody else is going to show up.
Yeah, tell them to show up. So remember this image, people, because it's going to be a cover. And you'll probably see it colored and all cover-like before the end of the year. Now, this might be a little boring, this part of the process, but bear with me.
Okay, I've got confirmation that Q is on the way.
All right. Well, Q, hurry up and take your time. Or take your time and hurry up.
I'm going to start kicking ass and taking names.
Oh God, I gotta oil this chair. Every time I move, it sounds like it's gonna fall apart. I had all this stuff upstairs with me because I was upstairs since yesterday when I was working on my wife's shirt, and I brought a bunch of art stuff up there. So when I decided to do the show, I was like, oh shit, I gotta bring all this stuff downstairs. So I just grabbed it all in a big pile, and it's sitting on top of my garbage can over here waiting for me to sort through it all.
Did you tell the story about your wife's shirt and what she did to you?
No, she knows what she did. I'm not gonna put her on blast like that. But
you're not gonna drag her through the mud.
Yeah, I'm not like that. Okay. I see people do that online all the time. I'm like, oh, that's horrible.
It's true. It's true.
So yeah, that's not right. So let me tell you what she did. No. Let me just say that it's going to be a cold day in hell before more shirts are done. That's all I'm going to say. I'm right to the back of the line with that one.
It's funny. My husband never draws anything for me. A long time ago when he was in school, though, he did take a picture of our daughter. And it was the cutest freaking picture. It was me reading to my daughter and a cat at the time, kind of standing up on his hind legs with his front paws on my knee, kind of looking at us, right? So he painted that for one of his assignments. Right. And his instructor said, this is too sickly sweet. Like, to me, it looked like something that would totally be on like a library poster encouraging parents to read to their kids because it was so freaking cute. But his teacher said, oh, this is too much. And then, my husband goes, but that's actually what happened. Like, this came from a photo reference.
Right.
I'm like, what? Take the cat out? No.
I did a portrait of our cat that passed away a couple of years ago, and that's hanging in our living room. I did a portrait of I did a picture of an owl for my wife because she loves owls. That's hanging in our hallway upstairs between all the bedrooms. And then I did a portrait, which is probably an animal portrait of a friend of ours' dog. Now, the dog had to be put down because it had not dementia, but it basically snapped. It didn't remember who people were. It was turning on the owners and everything, and they said it had a mental. There was an issue that they couldn't do anything for. But I did a portrait of that dog when it was like less than a year old, so it was cute. It was a nice picture, so I did a portrait for them. Now, if someone gives me something that they expect to see hanging in their house, or that you would hang in the house as a gift or whatever, I would display it when they come over, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, so they never hung it up?
Well, so I come in the house about. Now, the dog was older at the time. It's maybe the dog was 2.5, 3 years old at this point, and they had a holiday party up there. It was around Halloween. It was more like a Halloween party. But we went up to the house, and when you walk in, they had this god ugly caricature of the dog in the hallway, and I was like, "The fuck is that?" And my wife was like, no, don't say nothing. And I was like, that's freaking ugly. And I was like, well, wait a minute, where the hell's my portrait I did for this dog? And so I let some time go by, and I was like, yeah, listen, I was looking around, I don't see the portrait. Where do you have it? Up in your bedroom? I'm thinking maybe up there, right? Because they're in there, that's their room. She goes, no, it's downstairs in the den. Well, it's not a den like everybody else would think of a den. This was a room they had. You walk in the house, you go down 4 stairs off to your right, and there was one TV, one couch, and that picture in there. And nobody used this room. This wasn't a room they actively used. So she basically hid my picture.
Aww.
And I was just like, go F yourself. Because not for nothing, that freaking thing was dead on. It looked nice. It was nice. It was a nice size. And everyone else that ever sees it is like, wow, that's amazing. It's gotten me other work, doing portraits for other people. And I was like, and you took that and threw it in this room where nobody goes, the lights are off. I was like, and you hung this frigging caricature in your main hallway as soon as you walk in. I was like, that's why your dog snapped. I have to look at that shit all the time.
He's like, is that how you really see me?
I mean, not that I have any opinion on the situation, mind you.
Right.
All right, where are all these 44 people hanging out that I see on the thing watching?
Oh, wow. I think, that's the thing I don't quite understand about how views are counted through StreamYard. Like,
oh yeah,
I know over on X, because I asked Grok, how views are counted on X, and
right.
It's not live. It's everybody that's clicked on it and seen it live at all. I'm wondering if StreamYard's counting all of those views.
I don't know, because I haven't been able to make sense of it. I look at the views on mine, I've looked at the views on others, and then I match it to what I see live, and they don't match up.
Yeah.
So I don't get where they're all coming from, or sometimes it happened once where it showed me like 30 people watching, and then when I went to mine, it said 36 people or something like that. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, how is there more here than what was showing live?
Oh, so like, I know you've been doing pretty good, because you've just started your own live draw stream not that long ago, and you were doing pretty good when I was checking in, especially for being brand new. Are you kind of holding to that? Like,
I see on screen usually between 40 and 50 views.
Wow.
It doesn't always translate, but then when I go to mine and look, I've been holding between 16 and like, I think the most was like 30 something.
You're holding live, like peak concurrent viewers or whatever you do.
Yeah, right. Like,
interesting.
Like, I don't think I've dropped below 16. I could be wrong. I haven't checked it in a while, but I don't think I dropped below that. But I have someone in the back room, and I have a question to ask. How do I play their intros if they have one?
It is under like a media tab or something.
Media assets, but I don't see.
And then I think for that studio, you scroll down a little bit to kind of find people's trailers. And
is it listed as something though? Like,
well, I don't know who you got, but if it's Q,
yes.
I think if you kind of hover over it, it tells you the file name.
If I hover over his image?
Hover over what you think
I
might be
gotcha.
his stinger.
No? No?
Q, we're keeping you backstage till we find it.
Yeah, Q, you can't come in until I find it.
And then I have to turn the volume down because that thing always blasts my ears out.
Well, Q, I don't see it, so you're gonna have to come in without it. All right, I could just put somebody else's on and bring you in. I don't know why it doesn't show me the names. What does his start off with? Do you remember?
In the midnight hour. No. Good to see you again, Q. I forget.
Yes. Yeah, I don't see it.
Well, he's privileged because hardly anybody has a stinger.
I know. All right. Well, Q, you're coming in. You're coming in raw dog today, buddy. Here we go. What up?
What's up, y'all?
What's going on? Sorry about the intro thing. I just don't know where it is.
It's all right. It's always the first time.
And does anyone know CPAL Art?
CPAL Art? No, but we can let them in, and then if they're being mean, we can kick them out.
All right. Hey, CPAL Art.
Hello.
And why you're in the dark, Christy?
I'm in witness protection because I didn't want my face seen with Kristen alone.
Oh, Kitty!
He's being a brat.
Yeah, I'm the Chris guy, the Chris pal in the group.
I'm sorry, you're the Chris Pal in the group?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hello, Chris.
Hello. Nothing much.
What's up, y'all?
Come by and say hello.
So what's your deal? What are you doing?
I do art stuff too. Like this.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you got my attention right away.
Yeah, right.
I even just zoom in.
Boobs is how we get down.
Oh no. So that was the last time I was on here. They was like, "Hey, can you draw boobs?" I was like, "Yes."
Yeah.
Who can't draw boobs?
I
like that. Who's that, Megatron?
Who can't? Yes.
That is Megatron.
That's cool.
He's smiling because he sees Tifa's boobs too. So
there you go. There you go.
Transform all the way.
So, Chris, how'd you come to be aware of the madness in the draw streams?
Manuel and Edwin introduced me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I've met Emmanuel, but I know Edwin.
Yeah, Manuel was on. Was he on last week, this stream, or on another stream? I think I met him through the stream once before.
Cool.
So how's
that
your
was
guys'
fun
day
today.
going?
Okay. Getting back from a Comic-Con.
Who is you?
Yep.
Which one did you go to?
Utrecht they called what's it called? Hold on. Dutch Heroes Comic-Con.
Right. And what did you say?
Heroes Dutch Comic-Con in Utrecht.
Utrecht sponsored it?
Yeah. It's located in Utrecht, which is more in the center. It's more further east of the Netherlands, so it's more further inland.
That's cool.
How big is the Netherlands?
Not really. Well, technically big compared to Germany or France or other places. But Netherlands are not really microscopic compared to other cities, other places like the Vatican City, which is the smallest of them all. Well, let's just say I will say medium size on a chart. If you look at on
Right.
Europe's map.
But basically, everything is micro compared to the United States.
Mm.
You know what I heard it's bigger than? I heard it's bigger than Antarctica. Don't mind me right now, folks. I'm trying to put some of this crap away before it falls.
You guys wonder who's in that Comic Con today? Well, stars such as David Tennant was there in the Comic Con.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. He's my favorite.
Because funny enough, he's supposed to come last Comic Con before, but he couldn't make it because of some other schedule. He got canceled a year ago, but right now he has the opportunity to come this year. So yay!
I hate when people are supposed to come and they don't.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you meet him, Q?
There are so many people who wanted to meet the David Tennant. I thought I would rather meet the guys who work for Marvel and DC. Apparently, I got an opportunity to meet the folks who work for both Marvel and DC. For example, Jim Choong, who works for the for Young Avengers back when he works on Marvel. And I also met the writer Ryan North, who wrote currently he wrote the Fantastic Four.
Ooh, nice. Uh-oh, phone call.
Yeah.
It's like, bought this book right here.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Asking for his signature. He has it right here. Hold on. Hold on a second. That light blocks it. Here's the signature right here. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And that's the signature.
What is that on the inside cover?
Yeah. This is the cover of it,
Yeah,
and this is
that's the
the
inside first page.
first page, yeah. Inside cover.
Or is that a second cover? Is it a cover over a cover?
This is the overall cover from Alex Ross, and this is if I'm not mistaken, this is the cover of Within, yeah. This is the second cover.
Cool.
So I let him say that signed two of them from Fantastic Four. This one's from Volume 2, and this is Volume 1. And not only I let him sign here, but I also let Jim Chung sign here, because I couldn't try to find the book that is made by Jim Chung until recently. I finally found the other comic book store from certain departments, and I found, hey, there's one New Avengers on the story arc of Secret Invasion, and he finally got the opportunity to sign it.
Oh, nice.
Right here. What's a New Avengers? Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes. Back over. And here's his signature.
Nice. I got a question. Does anybody follow or back Brian Pulido's Lady Death stuff?
I don't follow.
So I pick up his Lady Death books because I've been a fan of Lady Death since the 90s, and And he has a lot of cool swag that comes with the stuff because his campaigns reach such a high number that all his stretch goals are met. I gotta say, this is the one thing that I think was a misstep. I don't think this should have been a reward, but I'm going to show it to you. I don't think that they should be putting Lady Death lollipops in the packaging because I'm throwing this out. Just so if anybody wants a Lady Death lollipop before I toss it, let me know.
Said $9.99 shipping and handling
Right.
for a free lollipop.
It's $132 before shipping and handling, but it could be yours. Act now while supplies last.
It's funny.
Completely
Operators
free.
are standing
Just
by to
take
take
it.
your order. Sorry, no COD.
Yeah, I'll ship this to you completely free for $432.
Yeah.
But it's completely free. We have some acres of movies. If V were making new comics, would you like to see that? If you mean the TV show V, I don't know. It would have to have an artist that gets my attention. I hate when they do like books that are of something, of a movie or TV show, and they just get like not a bad artist, but an unthrilling art. Like it really needs to capture you if it's based off of something. Like I think you need Jim Lee on a book like that, or someone with a big name to get it going.
Man, speaking of Jim Lee, he's going to be in Dallas in a couple of months, and I'm gonna miss him again. I'm like,
Oh man,
God. I had my chance a couple years ago when he was at Comic Palooza in Houston, Texas.
yeah.
But I had an ex-girlfriend who didn't like me looking at comic books and stuff, and I didn't get my chance to go, so missed out, man.
Well, she's an ex, and anyone that doesn't agree with the comic books needs to be exes. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah, should be part of the X-Men, the unpopular X-Men.
I mean, I back in the day, I dated a few people like that. Like we had all this stuff in common. We got along, but they just couldn't get with the art in general. Not even just comics. Just like they didn't understand what being an artist was.
Yeah.
And it's just the art in general, because I've always had full-time jobs or a bunch of part-time jobs, so it wasn't like I was making a living off the art. They just didn't understand why I did it. They couldn't grasp the concept.
It's because art is just a hobby.
Yeah, so is doing your nails. That's what I tell them. Why do I care? You got your hair did.
Hair done, nail done, fucked up hairdo.
As long as you shave your legs and trim your toenails and I don't get hurt while we're sleeping, we're good.
Get stabbed by the toenail. God dog it.
That's dangerous, dude. That's more people die from that every year. Hold on, I'm falling behind on everything here. This is a lot. Brian Blackson Jr. was a great guest last night for Ryan Permison Freewheeling Show, his comic about Neodelphia? I don't know what that is. And Neo San Francisco. Oh, okay, never mind. And New York.
New Philadelphia, New San Francisco.
Were presented in an interesting and stimulating manner. Oh, that's cool. I gotta check that out. About time everybody joins it. You know what, Josh? I'm with you, brother. They left me out here to hang for a while, dude. These people. No,
sorry. Gosh.
What is this? Would you work on the new VCon? Possibly, if it was if it was from a good company or a decent company, it was a good gig, and I knew it was going to give me. I mean, if we're talking about a paying gig, it would have to pay decent for me to put down everything else and just do that. But would I do it? Yeah, I would do it. I'm one of those people that I like things that are existing, but I like it because I feel I can change it a little bit. Like V was very ahead of its time when it came out, but now it's very dated. So I would like to update all the suits and the technology and stuff like that. So that's where my interest in doing something like that would be. I thought the reptilian invaders from another planet was cool. I'm surprised they didn't make it from the center of the earth, from all the reptiles in the center of the earth, stuff that goes on. But yeah, why not?
Kong was there.
Josh wants us to know he's a huge Dallas Cowboys fan.
How do you feel about them Cowboys this year?
I am from New York, so I am a Giants fan, and I'm not feeling any way about that. As long as the Eagles lose, though, I'm good. Sorry, people from Philadelphia.
That's gonna be tough, man. They got a tough team.
Yeah, it's not the first time they've had tough teams in the past.
Yeah. Maybe the Giants will let the two rookies go off, Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo.
Yeah, they got to stop backing this quarterback. They got to stop promoting this quarterback. A lot of people like him, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm not feeling it.
So I'm a Giants fan too, and I'm not a fan of Russell Wilson and what's his name, Jameson Winston.
Yeah,
I was like, who do I want, the rookie or the two guys that are like, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna let him ride, like they did in Pittsburgh with Russell Wilson.
this one I believe is for you, Josh. Josh says, "Nice girl picture." And now I've already had this conversation on my end with Josh, but this is for the rest of the on panel. He wants to talk about haunted houses. So if anyone's got a haunted house story for Josh, let him know about it.
I worked in a haunted prison. Does that work?
I would say that works. Which prison?
The Walls unit in Huntsville, Texas.
Oh wow!
Where they had the original electric chair.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Gee,
Kind of like
tell the time you
real
got.
life Shutter Island.
Yeah. Did you ever get the crap scared out of you?
Oh, there's been a couple of times.
Yeah.
Well, you got to tell us.
Did you see the ghost?
I wouldn't say you saw a ghost, but you can kind of feel their presence because there was one incident where they had the old school like rolling the gates for the inmates to come out. And in order for you to go to those rolling cages, you have to have the key to go in. Well, I was the only one with the key to unlock it. So I had to go in there and then I would come back out so that way I can make sure everybody comes out. But the gate was locked when I came back. And I was the only one with the key, so the door was wide open and it was closed shut and locked. And some people didn't believe me, and I was like, yeah, well, let it happen to you, then we'll talk. And then there's been a couple of times where some people are like, yeah, man, we couldn't even roll the gates because something was holding it down. It's like, and they do maintenance on those rolling cages, so it's like, oh,
That's creepy.
yeah, that's a thing.
Spooky.
Did anything ever touch you?
So a couple of my other officers that I worked with, they said they did. They had like they'd be walking down some of the, I guess you could say, rows where the inmates' cages are, and they'd be like, yeah, there'd be like something following me and touching me, and like there's no one there but me, and it's dark, and it's at nighttime. I was like, oh, that's not fun.
Have you joined a swimming pool party? That's a no from me on that question. Good.
I'll be right back.
And Josh is saying you have to be careful with that. Yeah. So Q,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put everybody back to this position right now. I have to run and get my dog. Are you guys cool till I get back?
Okay.
Okay, to get my water. You're back.
It'll be so I'm gonna leave the stream on. You guys talk amongst yourselves, and
Yeah.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
See ya.
Alrighty.
All right. I'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna tell my haunted story.
Oh, goody, goody.
So I was living in a upstairs apartment, and lots of weird stuff happened in the apartment, like stuff like I'd be in the bathroom, I'd hear tapping on the door, and I thought it was my boyfriend tapping on the door, and he wasn't, he wasn't anywhere near, and then he'd see me going somewhere, but it wasn't me because I was out on the front porch, stuff like that. So it kind of creeped us out a little bit, and then he was leaving one weekend to go to a bachelor party in Las Vegas, and I didn't want to be there alone, so we invited his sister to come stay with us. And that night, she and I were, we were watching movies and kind of dozing out on the couch. And I said, okay, I'm going to go to bed. And, we turned the TV off and I go to bed. And as soon as I turn my lights off and, go to bed, I start hearing tapping around the house. And we're like second floor. So it's not like people could like easily tap on the outside of our apartment. And in different areas, like it sounds like there's something happening in the kitchen. And I go, okay, I'm not going to freak out because that's probably Aaron, moving around. And mind you, after this whole thing's finished, me and Aaron are having the exact same thoughts about each other, so she's thinking it might be me in that area. And then I hear a tapping on my window and I'm like, whoa, that's really weird because Aaron can't make that sound. This is getting really freaky. And she's thinking the same thing. Like, wait, that doesn't make sense. And then I had the thought, okay, if it happens one more time, I'm going to call Aaron. And she had that same thought about me. And right when that thought finished in each of our own heads, the entire apartment started rumbling, like banging everywhere on every single wall, coming from the closets and everything. And both of us call out to each other, Aaron,
Oh, shit.
Christy. And I won as far as not having to get up. She's the one that had to get up from the couch and run down the hallway to my bedroom. And it like the pounding followed her down the hall on the sides of the walls until she gets to my room, hops in my bed, and then everything stops. It was so freaky.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That was the scariest thing that's ever happened in my life.
Dang,
But nothing touched
ghost.
us. That sounds like a poltergeist thing. I don't know what the difference between a ghost and poltergeist is, but
Poltergeist will throw stuff at you.
well, luckily we didn't have anything thrown at us.
I think it's crazy with ghost stories.
If I were in that situation, that make that the tapping sound, I was immediately shouting, "Stop flapping around! Get your magazine or something." Shit.
I can't sleep here.
If you're gonna make all that racket, might as well go clean the kitchen and shit.
Stop flapping around.
Right?
Get some lube or something. Get some lube or something. No, man, really, that stupid tap and stuff. Tick.
So do the drawings have to be kept PG, PG-13?
I'd say for madness, you're probably safe with PG-13.
Okay. I will have her wear a shirt then. I'm gonna doodle something real quick. Like
Macadoodle.
damn, it's supposed to be going somewhere in like 30 minutes, so I'm gonna doodle something real quick. What should I doodle?
You're drawn a carnival according to 8 acres of movies.
We have a carnival in Flip City. I'll go get the magazine and I'll show it. Hold on.
Ooh. Yeah, I got a video game tournament I gotta be playing tonight. Ugh.
GTA 5.
Nah, I'm playing Street Fighter 6.
Oh, cool. Is that the latest?
Yeah. I'm a old school kind of guy, but I gotta keep up with some of these youngsters that play the new stuff.
I hear you. They say that GTA 6 will come out next in May.
You excited?
I'm looking forward.
Let's see. They go to the fair. There's some fair stuff. It's the mental health fair, though. It's not a fun fair.
How I feel about my brain.
Circus Afro.
That's my brain at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
Yes. Are you an insomniac, Chris?
I am.
Let's see. I've got another fair somewhere. The carnival.
A lot of people didn't realize that that circus theme was actually an old military parade.
Was it really?
Yeah. One time I Googled that saying, who made that crazy ass theme? But it turns out originally it came from an old military band from, I think it's from some of the European countries. Couldn't remember from the top of my head. It's around 19th century.
Interesting. So it wasn't meant to be funny.
Nuh-uh.
It's like, nope.
Look, here's some carnival stuff. Let's see. Oh, there's a Ferris wheel.
I really need to get like a webcam holder or figure out my GoPro. One of those two. Just too lazy.
Aker says the following. One, he says, okay, thanks. Always fun to see these programs. Followed by, Blanca's my favorite character. Then Zangief is cool. And lastly, cool. I like carnivals and fairs and seeing live demonstrations and barkers.
Are you guys roller coaster people?
No.
Was that Chris?
Yes.
Oh, I love roller coasters.
Roller coaster, I love roller coaster. Ooh, 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 roller coaster. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wait, Zaff, you're already back?
No.
No,
Wait, who is that?
It's not me. I didn't do
who's
it.
what?
We got a ghost in here.
Whose hands are those?
You got two sets of hands messing with shaking their pencils.
Right? This is scary. And it's not even Halloween yet. It wasn't even close to Halloween.
Did they do Halloween in the Netherlands at all?
Sometimes, whenever there's for example, and let's say in a city, Leiden, which is it's a smaller city, we're not far from here, where the majority of folks from the states are living that area because of that university, Webster University. Some of them they do celebrate their Halloweens, and there are some few they do Halloweens for minor events, for example, partying, DJing, all kinds of stuff. Nothing big nothing big compared to ones in the States.
Yeah, I moved to an area that's just like a ton of hills and stuff like that. So trick or treating doesn't happen in my area, which is weird for anywhere in the United States, because you just kind of expect, anywhere you live, there's going to be tons of trick or treaters, but not where I live. So I go to my brother's neighborhood about 45 minutes away, which attracts lots of kids.
Trick
And
or
it's fun.
treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. DoorDash, Grubhub, that's something good to eat. Yeah, unless it's not Taco Bell. Oh, that's a random uncle will go, I want Chipotle. Kitty.
So does everybody here work on comics, or is it just different artists and writers? And this is my second time doing this, so I'm still kind of new to how everything goes.
Yeah, it's random. So me personally, I don't draw, but I publish a comic satire magazine, and I just come and talk shit with these guys.
Nice.
So that's my role. Oh, but and you're invited to do this as well. The last Saturday of every month, so this will be next week. Flip City hosts a collaboration with the Madness Draw Streamers on a topic, and we've done 2 already. And basically, we publish the drawings that come in and do a little funny write-up with them, and we propose a theme. Our current theme is classic cartoon characters in modern situations, and it's been really fun so far. And we've got two more draw streams on that theme. So you're more than welcome to come next week and do your own take on it.
That sounds fun.
It is fun. And yeah, so we've got a Pebbles with an OnlyFans. We've got Pink Panther not knowing which bathroom to choose. What else do we have? Hugh, are you going to participate this time?
Yeah, why not?
Oh yeah, we've got Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd in Washington State with their guns, getting their guns taken away.
Uh-oh.
Speedy Gonzalez is being arrested by ICE. I think that's what we've got going so far. So the way the contest works is you don't actually have to draw it live or anything. It's open to everybody. You just draw on the theme, you submit it, and then at the end of the contest, we put a poll up for people to vote for their favorite. Whoever gets the most votes gets a quarter-page ad run in Flip City Magazine, and the magazine goes out to about 1,000 locations.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of value in that. And
Location.
And of course you get anybody that lives in the United States gets a copy of the magazine. And then let's see. Oh, the winner also gets an ad placed for a month on themeg.tv. And of course, you're credited in the magazine and published, of course. So you can add that to your list of publications that you've been published in.
That's pretty awesomeness, actually.
I think it's pretty cool. And it's fun, and
Mm-hmm.
it's never meant to be a serious thing. In fact, Hugh, before I took off, I wanted to read you the write-up for Brie Cut the Cheese Larson, because I thought it was the funniest one for this last thing. I just don't have it in front of me. Oh, well, next time. I'll have it ready for next week.
Sweet.
Oh.
Yep.
Crap, I dropped my marker.
Dang it.
Now I finally figured out what happened. It's
What happened?
Zaffo turned his camera off. I didn't even realize that was you this whole time, Chris. I'm such an idiot.
I'm a secret character.
He went out with the dog, remember?
Yeah, no, I do. But I thought it was him coming back, like when Chris was drawing. I'm a dum-dum.
No, you're not.
You're not.
Oh, there's a question from Acres of Movies. She asked, should Captain Ron and Sister Act team up for a mutual sequel?
I've only seen Sister Act. I don't know Captain Ron.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
I don't even know who the heck is Captain Ron or Sister Act. But I don't know.
All I
But I do
remember
know Sister Act is Wookie. Well, Whoopi.
Yes, that's what I remember. Is Whoopi Goldberg as a nun.
Mm-hmm.
I am back.
Welcome back. We have
What's
some
going
jobs.
on, everybody? Did I miss anything in the chat? What's going on over here?
We've been paying attention to the chat.
All
Well,
right.
what had happened was a ghost came by and kind of creeped us all out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
There
I'm
were
glad I missed it.
disembodied hands.
Yeah, the dog is in the building. Everything is okay.
Wow.
I send them to at least I try to get him there at least twice a week to it's like a doggy daycare where he can play with other dogs and get a bunch of energy out. So I usually do it when I'm home if I'm home on the weekends and I got nothing else going and I can stay home and pick him up, make sure I'm there. I send them.
So did he have fun?
Oh, he definitely did because he's exhausted right now. But you will hear him as soon as a truck that he pisses him off goes by the house. He'll start yelling at it.
What kind of dog is it?
Truck.
He's a mix. He's a mutt. But his dominant features are Chow Hound and he's Chow Hound, Beagle, and Lab are his major components.
Chow Hound.
But he
Is
is
he wrinkly like a chow?
no, a Chow Hound. A Chow Hound has the same coloring as a Chow Chow, but it's a short hair, like a
Dachshund.
Interesting.
Let me see something. I have photos of him. Let me see if I can pull up a photo of Mapuche. Not Mapuche. Don't get crazy out there, people.
Mapuche.
Mapuche brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right, it's better than y'all.
Damn right, it's better than the other.
See, I knew someone would pick it up after I stopped singing. It's just you can't help it. You can't help it. It just has to keep going.
Musical Tourette's.
That's one of those things. Oh well, that's. No, here he is. He's a good picture of him. All right, let me share this. Present. Come on already with the present. Damn right. It's better than yours. All right, here we go. There he is.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh,
Doggy.
So if it's a little bright, this picture, so you can't tell as well as in person. But his nose is black, fades up into the face, just like a Chow Chow, and that's like a reddish brown fur. So it's the same coloring pretty much. But he has the Lab body. He's about 55 pounds. He's without the bulk, the muscle bulk. He's about the same size as a pit bull is, like standing wise height. But he's cute. He's got his floppy ears. He's got his eyebrows to play on your sympathy. You know.
yeah. I was about to say that. It's like,
Oh, all the time. I mean, we were eating dinner the other night, and my wife had Alexa play Sarah McLachlan, because if you've ever seen those those infomercials where the dogs need help and rescuing and everything, like they haven't eaten in months and all that stuff, she said that that's the way he looks. Like he could be on those commercials every time. Like right after eating, he'll put that face on like he hasn't eaten in months.
gets away with murder.
Yeah. We have Flip City's welcome back, Josh.
yeah. Well, but more importantly, I dropped the link to your campaign and my campaign.
You see it.
So, you guys go check out the campaigns. Christian and Flip City are both funding right now. We've got 24 hours left here. I'm going to take off.
Do you have a promo in this lineup here somewhere?
I think I have my parodies promo somewhere.
FC Parodies promo 3.
Yes.
All right. You hang around until we play it?
Sure.
All right.
It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
Hey, if I could just if I can just say one thing about that parodies thing, I need to get a new promo over to the Madness because we've taken that promotion down. We're no longer giving the digital parodies away for free because at the end of the year, we're actually going to print probably about 120 pages worth of parodies, and that's how we're closing out our year this year, and we're going to be doing a crowdfunder for it. So that's coming up in the future. But right now we're funding for volume 25. I dropped the link in the chat, and I will be doing about 6 hours of live streaming tonight between 2 channels. I'll be on with Eccentric on Eccentric's channel. In fact, I think I just checked to see if he had posted the live yet, and he hadn't. But I'm going to drop a link to that. I'm going to be on with him at 9 p.m. Eastern. Then at midnight, I'm going over to Batmerk's channel to hang out with him for a couple of hours. Kind of doing a last minute push for our volume 25 campaign because it's closing out soon.
Nice.
And it's only $13 to get 64 full color pages, all laugh packed. If you have a sense of humor, you're going to love Flip City. So I encourage you to at least go check out Fund My Comic for our campaign. But I'm going to drop Eccentric's channel in here for anybody that wants to come hang out with us tonight. We'll be having a good time.
Nice. I'll throw this up here.
It's a killer and a thriller.
Got to go on the YouTubes.
Yes, and in this volume 25, you will see Q's Brie Cut the Cheese Larson that was done as part of our last collaboration, where it was the reflection in a magic mirror of a celebrity's true essence, and so Brie cut the cheese.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
next
Saturday, we'll be giving a spoiler of that full spread on the next Flip City is Madness Drawstream collaboration. So that's happening next Saturday. I will be hosting.
Nice.
Yes. Make invigonate your Pink Panther real quick.
This is where my submission for the next one is at. And, the Pink Panther's really got to go. He's really got to go. You see the sweat. But is this the bathroom for him or her? We don't even know.
He doesn't know which one to pick. He's pink.
He's pink.
I remember there was a meme compared to two presidents' image. There's one on the left, there's JFK, and then on the right, there's Obama. JFK said, "We're going to put the man on the moon." Well, Obama said, "We're going to put a man in a woman's bathroom."
Hey, is Josh going to get in here and tell some spooky stories? That's what I wanted to know also before I take off.
This has something to do with him getting a drink of water.
Yeah. I think, Josh, you should come on stream and tell your ghost stories live. But anyway, I'm going to take off. I'll see you guys next week if I don't see you before then.
Well, Christy, thank you very much for coming on and sticking with me and helping me out. And if you're not doing anything later, come check me out on mine. Hang out.
Oh, are you streaming tonight too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be on at 10:30.
All right. Well, if I have a break between my 2 streams, maybe I'll make it 3 streams tonight.
Woo!
All right, cool. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.
All right. If you guys will bear with me, I am going to do some shameless self-promoting here and play my trailer.
Nice.
This is for Addicts Unbound Fury 2. It is right here. Where is it? Oh, good Lord. Here it is. I think this is it. All right. Here we go. There you have it, people. Go back Addicts Unbound Fury 2 now while you can. If you don't have the funds right now, go to Kickstarter and back it there. They don't take it until the thing is funded. So you can pledge it now and no money will be coming out of your account. If you have the money now, run over to Indiegogo and drop your dimes.
Come on, do it now.
I have a couple of
You
nickels.
can do it. Get to the chopper. Who is your daddy and what does he do? And there was no one there. Wait, where? Huh? Hold on a second. I missed one. Sorry. I got confused. I lean down to drink some water and I feel something is like running their fingers down my back. Oh, sucky now. My ass would be out of there.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Well, I too must take my leave. I know it's here short, but I have a tournament I gotta go run to.
Oh, that's all right. I appreciate you being on. If like I said, I do a draw stream every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're around or you want to get back on and draw some more, by all means, come and check it out.
Sounds good, man. I will definitely be on the lookout.
All right, cool. Later.
Later, guys.
Later.
All right, so Q, let's take a look at what you got going on here.
Drawing Iron Man. There's drawing Iron Man. There's Tony. There's Jensen, Mandarin, Rhodey, Pepper, Jarvis, and there's Happy Hogan. And most of these guys are based on from the certain celebrities and politicians.
All right. The guy in the top right, who did you say that was again?
Top right,
Yeah.
that would be Jensen.
Okay. Oh, looks good so far. What's in that panel to
Thanks.
the left?
Left,
Left bottom. What's going on
the
there?
bottom. These are going to be the origins, how it happened. Over here is going to be where he lived, and the accidents happens, and the fights, and then the end of the story.
Yeah, cool.
Hmm.
I like the way you put it all together on such a like so many panels, so much detail on such a small area.
Thank you. It's just only the introduction. Who's the character? Who's the bad guys? And what's the short story would look like?
Yeah, but I mean the detail. It's such small detail. The space you give yourself to work is so small. I mean, you could put your hand flat on that page and almost cover the page, right?
Bam, right there.
Yeah, look at that. So that's small detail, people. Yeah, that San Francisco city scene you did still amazes me. I thought that was really cool.
Thank you. Oh yeah, the one with She-Hulk.
Yeah. I like that one.
But have you seen the one that I did with Blade?
I did with the crazy architecture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That was good.
I'll
tell you, that's the one I saw you work on the least, though.
Uh-huh.
I saw you work a lot on the She-Hulk one and a bunch of the other ones that you've done in the past. But I think the Blade was the one I saw the least. But that's because I missed a few streams. So
I see. There's one.
That's sick.
It is sick. I mean, I get really hooked on with this thing. Every time I draw this particular detail, like Blade or the ones I did a Fantastic Four, I got hooked on. Got really addicted.
Yeah, no, that came out really good. I like it.
Thank you.
Again, it's a lot of depth and detail in such a small area, and it's, I don't know, it's one of those situations where it looks like there's more there than there is. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Which is good. You always want to do that. Tell the most with the least, you know?
Yep. less is more, as they say.
So I think it's really cool.
Thank you. The only thing I got a little trouble with is still what the color of logo might be. So I did it in a separate page and I made 4 or 8 identical logos and color it of which type of color would have looked like. So I said, okay, let's cross out which one is not that did eeny meeny miny over the last 2. I thought I picked the blue one, bluish grayish, and then boom, it made a perfect match contrast.
Nice. I'm going to leave you up there because right now what I'm doing is very boring to look at. I'm just making panels right now. And it's not fun. It's not fun. This is probably the most tedious part of comic book people's jobs, artist jobs, setting up the panels.
The panels that you're busy with, or the panels that I'm busy with?
The panels that I'm busy with. I'm just drawing. I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I got going on here. See, I'm just drawing squares on a white piece of paper.
Oh.
So I'm just laying out panels right now.
Gotcha.
So I got like 4 panels to lay out, and then when I do that, I'll put us both back on screen. But right now, it's welcome everybody to the Q Show.
Yay! Yay! So after this is going to be in color instead of leaving it all black and white. I thought to myself, you know what? Let me color this damn thing. So the main character, but this time it will be 2 types of coloring: watercolor and color pencils. Oh, cool! What is it going to be? Okay, the main characters will be in the watercolor, the same style, the same technique what I did with other colors that I did with Iron Man, Hulk, Blade, etc. While for the colored pencil would be for villains, supporting characters, and for story would be also either in colored pencils or in watercolor, but one of those 2 will end up in these colors. So in the end, whole thing will be colored. Yay!
Nice. That'll be cool. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. Me too. And in case you wonder, what about the other ones, the group of heroes? The group of heroes, for example, Fantastic Four, and all kinds of stuff, it will come up too. So they have to be wait, but first they have to deal with the individual heroes, like this one, Iron Man, Hulk will be next afterwards. So let me show you the layouts.
Oh, you did a whole layout already?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna be the same layout as the one from Iron Man, but it's a little bit let's just say too cramped, but they give a little breathing room and made a little short list of which of the characters would have looked like. For example, what I did with in Iron Man, I did the list of which of the characters would have looked in celebrities. For example, I did Iron Man for Tony Stark would have looked like George Clooney, or for Rhodey, Eddie Murphy, Pepper Potts, Christine Baranski, Jarvis, Paul Hogan.
Yeah, so you're casting them. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
I like that.
So the only thing I avoided is not to make these heroes made not to avoid avoid certain characters would have looked like the stars that has already ended up in TVs or certain medias. Can't do that. Otherwise, it will confuse. Huh? How could that be? So it has to be completely different. So makes sense.
Yeah, that's people be like, that's not who played it. What are you doing?
Anyhow, the Comic Con was fun though. It was there were a lot of people. It's freaking hot. I mean, but because you're more further inland, it's the more steamy it is.
Right. How long was the con? Was it just was it one day? Was it multiple days?
It in reality it's only a weekend, so it starts on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I picked the Saturday.
So it was a typical con then. It was a full weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people do those. Some of these cons they do like a if they're smaller too, they do like one day. You show up, do one day. It's like that's to me, unless that's like right next to my house, it's pointless to do because otherwise you got to bring all your stuff just for one day.
Oh, we got a question from Acres and Movies.
All right. What's the question, Acres? Q and Christian, what is your favorite sci-fi movie? Q, I'm gonna let you handle that since you're on the screen right now. What's your favorite?
Jeez, sci-fi movies. Oh, it's a biggie because I've seen several. Most of the sci-fi films I've seen. I would say Independence Day from 1996.
That was a good movie. I like that movie.
That was a really good movie.
I do like that.
The theme, the humor, spot on.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I'm not sure if it's my favorite. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've seen so many. Shoot. I honestly don't know if I could say I have an actual favorite that's above and beyond all the rest. I mean, so technically Star Wars falls into sci-fi. And I am still a fan of all the original stuff, even though I might not like what's out now. So that's up there. I don't know this. It's my favorite franchise, sci-fi wise. But I mean, I guess does the Book of Eli fall under sci-fi?
It is in reality, yeah. It counts as a sci-fi.
If it does, I would have to say that and not because of what they did with it, but because of the world they make you think about as they're telling you the story. Like I liked the world they created and how they played upon today's and past's religion and all this stuff and used that as the basis for the futuristic world that they all lived in. I did like that. But there's a bunch. I mean, there's a bunch out there. And I tend to like some things that get really bad reviews. I can't remember what was that movie that came out? I know it was like a Scientology thing, but I didn't watch it because of that. But the one with John Travolta and
was it Battlefield Earth?
Yes, Forrest Whitaker and John Travolta in it.
Yeah.
I liked that movie. And nobody liked it, but I liked it. Again, I like the so funny world they created, but
especially with the aliens, with the alien chick made an elongated tongue.
Yeah, I think what makes it good in my eyes is if the world they're creating or trying to create is cool to me. It's not so much the story they're telling, if that's good, but if they've managed to create something cool. Like I've never been a fan of I mean, I've watched them, don't get me wrong, I watch it, but I'm not a big fan of like Star Trek. And the reason why, and I'm just talking about the movies and TV show, I'm not talking about what the books might have done because I haven't read too many books on Star Trek, but just from TV and movies alone, I don't think they created enough of the human aspect of the lore. You know, you see all these different alien races, which is cool, but they didn't really develop. Even now, doing the third generation of movies, I still don't think they developed Earth's lore enough. They've developed it more in the current movies than ever before, but to me, I just think it needs to be more. I think it needs to delve into that more. Why are we doing what we're doing as a human race? Why is it so important? What are some of the side effects? What's the potential outcome? I mean, I don't know. So I don't think they did a great deal of development for the humanity side in Star Trek as much as, like, if they had gone the way Lucas had and just created a whole new, they're humanoid, but they're not humans from Earth. They're, so everything there was made up. So that's why I thought that's why I've always been a Star Wars fan over Star Trek fan. Because he created a whole universe and never once used Earth as a launching point.
Yeah, I noticed that they never mentioned anything. What happened to Earth during the Star Wars, but only brief. They mentioned really brief in other books.
There is no Earth in Star Wars. There's Earth in Star Trek.
You're right.
So there's no Earth that we know of. I mean, they do say at the beginning, long ago in a galaxy far, far away. So you're assuming that Earth's galaxy does exist somewhere, just nowhere's near them, and you'll never see it. And a long time ago, could be before humans on this. We don't know. Before humans were alive on Earth, who knows? But it's not a part of their lore, Earth. Whereas it's the focal point for Star Trek. We're all humans exploring space, so you would think there would have been a more development on it.
Yep.
Like, why are we almost extinct? Is this like a race to find a new place to live? Or are we just reaching out to aliens for shits and giggles? Like, what's the deal? Have I shown
how did they build up?
And I just want to know one thing. Have I shown everybody? Don't put lollipops. Don't put lollipops in your Kickstarters or your campaigns. Or your campaigns on any. I know he has his own platform now, so it's not Kickstarter, but yeah. Lollipops. I think it's a miss. Just my personal opinion. If you want my lollipop unopened, unaccosted by anything, you can have it absolutely free for $432. Absolutely free.
And the question is, what's the flavor? Tell me what's your flavor.
I'm going to go with like blueberry, but it could very well be licorice, which would really suck.
Blue curacao.
It could taste like ass, which, if that's your thing, $432, it could be yours. I joke. I kid. Brian, please don't put me on blast for saying that about your lollipops. I love your stuff. I back all the campaigns. All right. What do we got? Do we have anybody new? We have 54 eyes on this. At least that's what StreamYard is telling me. So let's get some people up in here. Where are we? That's a very nice picture. Which are we talking about? Q's? It's got to be yours. Mine's just boxes.
Thank you. Thank you, Josh.
Q, I missed it. Did you pull up the She-Hulk one?
Not yet. Let me show them for She-Hulk.
Show the kind people out there to She-Hulk. I think that's a nice one. I like that one. I like the Blade one, but you showed that already.
Yep. I should find She-Hulk. She-Hulk. Let's see. Ghost Rider. Nah.
Ghost Rider has my store in it, though.
Yeah. Let me show you.
Was it Zaffo's Cafe or Zaff's Cafe?
Yeah, it's Zaffo Cafe. Feeling depressed? Try Zaffo Cafe. We got a whole bunch of coffee. Cinnamon, chocolate, and vanilla.
Figures that I own a business in your artwork, and it got burned down, man. I can't win, yo. Both. Well, Josh says both. Josh, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I only got boxes on mine right now. See, just boxes. But thank you.
There's She-Hulk.
Oh yeah,
It is.
cool. Look at the detail in this city. Can you hold the up to the camera the city part?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
I would try to make this bigger, but I don't know how. That's crazy.
Yes.
I like that. And you have Crom up there on the left, peeing off the roof.
Yeah.
Peeing straight across to another roof, like a block away. Like he does not
bullseye.
He does not have a prostate problem. I'll tell you that.
He has a. Let's just say Crom has a strong Kegel. He did a good Kegel exercise.
Josh, you want to see me try and draw Daphne? All right, I'll start it now for you because this isn't an attic specific draw stream, so I'll put this away until later. I don't know how much I'm going to get done for you, but do you want to do anything? PG, by the way. PG, anything PG.
I'm going to ask you if you could draw Daphne Blake from Scooby-Doo.
I gotta pull up a photo reference of her because I don't know offhand. I know it's a simple costume, but I don't know it. So I gotta look at it.
Or Wanda Maximoff.
Or one. Okay, well now you gotta tell me which one.
It's either Daphne or Scarlet Witch.
I think Daphne might be easier to do in the time frame we have.
Yep.
Wanda has a little bit more. Oh, there's my dog. There's my dog. Probably a chipmunk ran by my house. We have a lot of those.
Chip and Dale. Chip and Dale laughing their songs out.
Aries, come here. Come say hi to everybody. He ain't gonna listen to me. I see 2 Wanda Maximoffs. Would you rather me do Wanda? Is that what you're telling me? I'll do Wanda. I'll try Wanda. Let me see if I can pull up some Wanda reference.
Sounds like Josh had a thing for redheads.
That's what it sounds like, right?
Yeah. I mean, Daphne's ginger.
We're gonna make your day here. Let's pull this one up. What does this look like? God, can I get a bigger picture? Jeez.
Ambigonate photos. Ambigonate.
Oh, I don't like that. There's too much there. Screw that. I need the easier design. It's the Scarlet Biznitch. Scarbizzle. That's what I call it, Scarbizzle. I'm going to come up with a character and call him Scarbizzle. And it's going to look just like
Witch.
It's going to look just like the Scarlet Witch. Oh, here we go. Here's some. All right, we're going to go classic design with the Scarlet Witch.
Here's a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Scarlett Johansson or Elizabeth Olsen?
Oh, Scarlett Johansson. My favorite of all time. And if you want to see her run around practically nude, the whole movie, watch Ghost in the Shell. Because she's just wearing a latex bodysuit the entire show. And if someone out there knows that it's CGI and not really her, please don't ruin it for me.
It's hi.
Aries, Josh says hi. All right, I just told him. All right, I'm going to draw Wanda. Running over to give Daphne CPR. That's what we're gonna do. But I need to get a Daphne picture reference piece up first. So hold on.
Josh just Wanda Maximoff is so fine and hot.
Yeah, I don't like what has anyone played Rivals yet? Marvel Rivals? I don't. She's the only female character in that game that I really think is not done well.
Mm-hmm.
They made her look like she's a meth head.
It's a shame. At least it did.
There goes my dog.
Again. That must be. First it was Chip, then that was Dale.
It's 5:30, so it's dog walking time in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna bark at all the dogs going by, and they all stop in front of my house because they think it's cute that my dog barks at their dog. And one day I'm just gonna stay outside with a howitzer and be like, "Yeah, keep moving."
So basically, the way the dog barks is saying, in human term, "Hey, how's it going, man? It's good to see you."
Right.
And if it's a female dog, "Hey, yo, babe, what up, man?"
It's funny. There's one female dog that walks from the far end of the block, which is a dead end street, all the way down past ours, and so I live in like a cul-de-sac with dead end streets that come off it, but only one way in, one way out. It's a private neighborhood, and so this dog walks from the far end of the street down past my house, around the cul-de-sac, and back home. But as it's walking down the street, you hear all the dogs, probably all male dogs, inside all the houses go off one after the other, barking at her. And then my dog chimes in when she gets close to here, and I was like, her name is Molly. And so my wife goes, why is he barking? And I was like, because Molly, that hot piece of ass, is walking down the street, and all the dogs want her.
Oh,
my wife started dying. She's like, "You just called Molly a hot piece of ass." I said, "Well, to them, she is, I guess. They're all barking at her."
Hot piece of ass. I wonder what she looks like in a human form. Hot piece of ass.
Good enough for these dogs. They all love her.
Mm-hmm. That's like a typical high school, popular high school girls, and they'll go, everybody's oogling at her.
Right. All right, here we go, Josh. We're going to start this. So. Oh, let me put this back to both of us for a second. Q, did I lose you? Oh.
Right. No, yeah. I'm still here.
I'm Big Nate, both of us. Oh, wait, what do we got going on here? There's more stuff here. Maximoff is so fine and hot. Show. He's played by Elizabeth Olsen. Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of that casting. Not that there's anything wrong with Elizabeth Olsen. I just don't think she's Wanda hot. You know who would have made a good Wanda? The girl that plays the wife in The Mummy.
Oh,
I don't know her real name, but
Rachel Weisz.
Who?
Rachel Weisz.
I think that might be her.
You mean the Mummy, right?
Yeah, The Mummy. Yeah. I mean, I know she's older
Rachel
now.
Weisz.
I know she's older now, but in her prime, she would have been friggin' perfect for it.
Oh yeah, adorable. That's all I could say.
And that chick who played, I like her, Black Widow, Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane Washington, and the chick who plays as Squirrel Girl. Are you talking about the actors? I mean, the actresses, or are you talking about the characters that you like? Because I don't. Is someone playing Squirrel Girl in something and I missed it?
I don't know someone.
Or wait, are you talking about Rivals? If you're talking about Rivals, then I agree with all of these, except for Wanda, because I still feel that Wanda looks like a meth head in Rivals. I think they made the Invisible Woman more sexy than than Wanda, and as much as we all know she's supposed to be good looking, but she's also supposed to be a mother, and you don't normally view mothers like that in society, but you would think at least Wanda would be banging, and she's kind of like anorexic, hitting the meth. Yeah, she's got Ozempic face. Ozempic face and meth face are basically the same face. Got a little bit of Daphne choking on the chicken. Not choking the chicken, choking on the chicken.
Bucket of KFC extra crispy.
Yeah. So what time is it where you are, Q?
11:40 p.m.
Wow.
Because it still happens that 5 hours ago, it was sunny as fuck around, and almost as if it's noon. Then by the time I came home, the sun came down around what? Around 10ish? Yeah, around 10ish. 10 p.m.
Wow.
So between 10 p.m. and 6 p.m., sun's still shining. And a lot of people got confused.
Yeah.
And it only happens during summer. But by the time winter kicks in, fall and winter kicks in, it changed the hours of sunrise and sunset.
Right.
In winter, the sunset hits as early as 4 p.m. So let's just say you do off in the afternoon, you woke up, you thought it was evening. Oh my God, it's freaking it's 9 a.m. And dude, it's 5 p.m. Oh, Josh, that says Milana Van Tuber played as Squirrel Girl.
Oh wow. Where is this? Where can I see this? What movie? What show did this take place? Because I have not I didn't even know Squirrel Girl was depicted in any live action.
Sounds like a TV series.
Which one though? Let me see if I can pull.
That's a mystery.
I'm going to see if I can find an image of this Squirrel Girl.
Hi.
Josh, if you can see there, that's going to be Daphne choking right there, and that's going to be Wanda in the background, noticing that she's choking, and she will be making a move at some point to go save her. But we ain't there yet.
Oh, she showed in Ghostbusters and Werewolf Within.
She was in Ghostbusters, Squirrel Girl? All right, hold on.
We need a car and truck all day. Who you gonna call? Marie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting the, what's her name? Dressed up as Squirrel Girl. The, she played in the phone. She played in the phone commercials. You know what I'm talking about?
Phone commercial.
Yeah. Let me see if I can bring this up. Where am I looking at this? Okay, hold on one second. I'm going to share this.
Do you like Eva Akers? Okay, Josh says she's part of the MCU, and while Akers of Movies says, "Do you like Eve of Destruction?"
I think this is who I get. Can you see this?
Take a whack at it.
So you see the picture of the girl with the squirrel tail?
Yeah.
She was in what is it, Doreen Allen Green? This is what I came up with. Marvel Cinematic Universe Squirrel Girl, New Warriors. So she used to do one of the phone commercials. That's how I first remember her. Yes, her. Okay, yeah. If that's who's playing the part, dude, I'm all about it. She's hot.
Busty.
I just remember her from the phone commercials, dude, and it almost made me buy a phone.
Yeah, she is busty.
Yeah, busty.
A busty squirrel girl.
So that's
Get all nutty.
Yeah. Yup, she is. Yup, she is. For true. All right. Q, hold it down for 1 second. I just got to get something to drink. I'll be right back.
All right. She got all nutty. Cool. Okay, just a bunch of motorcyclists. Biker mice from Mars. That's all I can say. So right now, as you're looking at it, I'm drawing the skyline of Miami back in the 80s. Right, Josh? It would says it would have been cool if she was in the MCU movies. Yeah. Bring all the guys like us to take a whack at it.
Yeah, her milkshake needs to bring all the boys to the yard.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other pictures of her too, like in this Squirrel Girl outfit, which I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's make this happen. So let me see how much.
Getting all nutty.
All right, so unless someone gets in touch with me and tells me to stop this stream, I'm going to take this one right up until about 6:30. So that's 40 minutes from now. Q, are you good with that?
Yeah, 40 minutes. All right.
So if anybody out there is thinking about joining, join now so you get some time up on here.
Yeah. All right.
And if there's anybody out there that is like, I wonder if Zaff uses AI. Well, you can see right here. This is how it all begins, people. All by hand. All traditional. Well, 99.9% traditional. Sometimes I draw straight on the iPad. But not much.
Mm.
But it is all drawn, hand drawn, whether it's on the iPad or here.
Not a comment from Josh.
So sad at what people are saying about her. If I were them, I wouldn't say anything. I haven't heard anything about. I haven't heard them say anything, so I don't know. I haven't, obviously, since I didn't even know she was playing the role. Hopefully it's not bad. She seems like a nice person. And listen, if it's all about her opinions, everyone's entitled to their opinions. That's how I believe. If I don't agree with you, I just won't talk to you about those things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I come from a time where everybody had different opinions, and the reason you were friends with each other is because you had enough in common to where you enjoyed each other's company. Nowadays, it's like, oh, if you don't agree with me on one thing, I can't be your friend. And not only can't I be your friend, but I got to put you on blast. That I don't agree with. I think that's a horrible way to live. No one should have to live like that.
So much for it is what it is.
Right. Well, I think that's a lot too. Like when you see the news and you see mainstream media and all that stuff, they never mention my generation. They never mention Gen X because I don't think they want to. They don't want to go there. They don't want to kick that hornet's nest because we didn't take things so personally. We didn't stifle people from expressing themselves no matter what they believed. And we all kind of, for the most part, got along better than most generations have. So, we don't fit the narrative of nowadays, the Gen Xers.
I remember what was it back in the 80s or so when we watch any 80s team movies. Those are the times when Gen Xers says to boom, their boomers say, "Okay, puzzle," or pestering them, and their parents go, "Oh, those damn rotten kids," for example.
Right. I just think it's so funny that they focus on boomers instead of Gen Xers, since boomers are basically like, that herd is thinned out a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
A lot of boomers have passed away. A lot of boomers are not an issue nowadays. Really, they're not in. Most of them are retired, so they're not in active politics. I mean, politics, yeah, but they're not in active society really as much as they used to be. And most of the people you're dealing with now are millennials and Gen Xers. So for them to exclude one whole category, I think there's a reason for it. We just don't play into that narrative.
jumping like flies.
You know, because they could pick the boomer generation apart because it's 3 generations ago now. So obviously they had different ideals and different thoughts and things on society. So yeah, you could easily take shots at them, but I digress. I'm drawing chicks choking on chicken, so let's get back to that.
Chicken Jackie.
Well, this obviously isn't going to be a masterpiece because I already think I got the reaction to someone choking wrong on Wanda's behalf, but it is what it is. It's like they say, they can't all be gems, you know?
Yep.
We'll see what we can do. She looks a little stiff to me too. I'm not very happy about that part. We'll make it better. We'll show ass and thigh. That'll make everything better. It always makes everything better. As long as I don't draw her looking like a meth head, right, Josh? I also do have. Oh, I didn't even realize we lost Q. Q, I didn't even realize you disappeared. I wasn't looking at the screen.
I didn't know. So, my bad. I didn't know that it just caught off. I went, what the hell?
She is a nice person. Yes, she seems like it. She is a good person, and I'm a fan of her shows and movies. I wouldn't mind taking her out on a date. I'm pretty sure you're not alone in that category, Josh. If you could put in the chat some of the stuff she's been in, because like I said, I only know this now, the pending Squirrel Girl, New Warriors thing, and the phone ads. I don't know that she's been in other stuff. So, hey, because the movie says, should they make an Office Space 2? Only if it's good. They should not make an Office Space 2 if it's just to make an Office Space 2 and cash in on the cult following. I think that's a mistake. Those movies never end up being any good. They're all just a cash grab, and they should steer clear of something like that. I think if there's a good story to tell, then sequels are good. If it's a part 2 and it's made to be 2 parts, then they're good. But if it's like, hey, this did really well, why don't we think about cashing in on that and making another one? I think that's a mistake, and because they never do. Just like back in the day, video game adaptations always sucked because they were just cash grabs. They were like, wow, this movie did good. What media can we put it in? Let's put it in video games, and the video games always shit.
Yeah.
Fuck something up here. Not quite sure what it is.
Someone's coming up?
I messed this up. What happened?
Someone's coming up or so?
Someone's coming up?
I don't know.
No. What do we got here? Wouldn't mind taking her out on a date. Oh, we did that one. Should try to watch Werewolf Within. All right, I'll check that out. She's in that?
Yep, that's what the guy said.
I'll check that out.
Ghostbusters and Werewolf Within.
Yes.
I believe it's the 2016.
Is she one of the Ghostbusters?
either the 2016 version or the follow-up.
She wasn't in the new ones. There was 2 new ones that came out, which fall in continuity with the original 3 Ghostbusters.
Uh-huh.
She's not in those. I didn't see her in those. But there was the all female cast of Ghostbusters, which isn't in continuity with any of the movies. She might be in
the
that
2016.
one. Yeah, she might be in that one, if any.
Mhm.
If she's in the newer ones, then I'm shocked I didn't recognize her because I saw both of those. Oh, I hate when I screw up.
Ghostbuster.
Yeah, I liked the new ones. I thought they were cool. I like the fact that they brought the old cast back to be in them.
Uh-huh.
And
She was in the Ghostbusters 3 with the ladies. Ooh.
yeah, Ghostbusters with the ladies. Yeah, so I didn't see that one. To be honest, I wasn't feeling it. I didn't like it. I felt it was a social experiment, and I won't watch a movie if I know that's what they're doing. Because I'm not going to the theater, or I'm not buying a movie or anything like that to listen to someone preach to me through a movie or otherwise. I don't need it. I'm a grown ass man. I don't need to be talked down to by celebrities.
Same happening to Ocean's 8.
Yeah, and I didn't watch that either. I mean, and
Yeah, neither do I. I enjoyed Ocean's 11, the first one. The second one's so, but the third one is bang on.
Yeah, and not for nothing. Like I don't dislike the actresses or the people in it. I just don't need. Again, I don't need to be preached to by people that think they have a platform, so they're intelligent. They're not. Most of them didn't even go to. Most of them were homeschooled, or self-schooled, or not schooled at all.
No.
So sorry, there's nothing they can tell me that I care to listen to.
Just shit.
Even if they agree with me, screw them. I don't care. I don't need to listen to them.
Josh says she plays as the subway ladies.
All of them? No, cool. I'll take a look at it. I'll check it out. I might just search that scene. I'll search Subway Lady from Ghostbusters 3 or 4, whatever it is. What was there? 2 Ghostbusters or 3 originally?
Originally there were 2.
Right? Okay.
Then came the Ghostbusters, the ladies Ghostbuster.
But did they name that 3? I thought that was just Ghostbusters again, because as far as I know, it's not in continuity according to when you look it up.
Mm-hmm. Search it up. That's what Josh said.
I really jacked this woman's leg up. This back leg is going to be the bane of my existence.
There's one funny book called How to Draw made by Wizards, and in one of those chapters written by, what's the name of that guy again? Hold on.
Bart Sears?
This Joseph Michael Linzer.
Oh, Linzer. All right, yeah.
And in it, he explains that there's 3 types of men. There's the breast man, the butt man, and the leg man.
Yes, sir. I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's me. I'm all 3. I'm good for all 3.
All three.
All three works for me. Josh says it was okay. The Ghostbusters. Yeah, I'll check it out.
The triple threat.
All right. That's enough of that. Start doing the details on these peoples.
Says search up Werewolf Within and watch it. Got it.
That's right.
Harris.
That might. Let me. It sounds like that needs attention. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay, Acres and movies. Oh. Favorite scene in Ghostbuster 1 and 2? I haven't seen either the Ghostbusters, the first one and the second one. I definitely should have watched those, but I've only seen some few snippets here and there, but I haven't seen the whole thing. But I'll watch it. No problem. And for Josh, I have a stomach ache and it hurts. Ooh, what did you eat?
I'm back. Josh, what did you eat, Josh?
Better not be Taco Bell.
This is why you take them on a date first before you do any of that stuff. Get to know them.
Uh-huh. Sarah's okay?
Yeah. It's just I guess it's a dog he's really not a huge fan of. Walking by the house.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes his bark gives away whether it's something I should go look at or if it's just nonsense.
Okay. Josh says he just something. What did he eat? For Acres and movies, favorite Jim Carrey movie. That would be Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
And mine would be Cable Guy.
Cable Guy.
My favorite part is the one they used in the ad where I think it's the dinner theater, and he's chasing him, and he's like, "Come back here, so that I might brain thee."
Josh Rafati liked all the movies that I watched so far. All the movies with Jim Carrey. The Mask, Ace Ventura, Cable Guy, all of them.
Liar Liar was good too.
Yeah. Let's not forget that good looking chicken in an elevator. Ooh.
What was the weird one he did? 23, I think. That was even good.
Yeah.
I like that. That was good. Definitely not a comedy either.
Mm. Basically, it's a comedian try out what was like, and what was like being in a horror movie.
Right. Well, it was like a suspense type thing.
Robin Williams, for example, did that part in 23-hour photo.
That was a great.
Insomnia.
That was Insomnia. It was good because he was an actual murderer.
Uh-huh.
24-hour photo was
23-hour photo. Yeah.
was great because you thought he was a psycho and you thought he was a killer, and it turned out he wasn't. He was just a guy trying to point out the shortcomings of other people. That he felt close to them as a family because he developed their pictures their whole lives.
The crazy part is that the 23-hour photo, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's based on a true story.
That's what I heard. And is it 20? I thought it was 24-hour photo. I think you're right, though. I think it is based on a true story, or at least that's what they claimed.
And who would have thought that Christopher Nolan directed Insomnia?
Did he?
I think so.
Was it one of his first movies?
Yeah.
Because that's been out a while.
Or Memento.
Well, yeah, Memento was definitely out first.
Mm-hmm.
But 24-hour photo was is now an older.
Yeah.
It's been out a while.
Mm-hmm.
So Josh, I'm doing these characters in my style. I'm not doing them in the style that they were created in. So Daphne's going to look a little more superhero-ish, a little more detailed than her standard cartoon look. And I could almost guarantee that her boobs are going to be bigger. Just kind of have a feeling, just a hunch.
I don't know which one is which cheesecake artist is better, Greg Horn or Terry Dodson.
I'm partial to Dodson because he emulates Adam Hughes, who is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
His artwork, that's definitely his inspiration is Adam Hughes. He could deny it all he wants, but I don't think he denies it. And I think his wife inks him too, right?
Yeah, it's a collaboration. Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson.
That Adventure Man thing that he's been doing, I love that book. That's a great book.
He made every superhero chick busty.
Yep.
I mean, not all of them, except Pixie. Pixie's not that busty from X-Men.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what's the scariest movie that scared you the most? I would say either The Grudge or The Ring. Ooh.
I tell you the Grudge bothered me because of the way it just went from one person to the next, and like even if you saw it through a video camera or surveillance, if as long as it saw you or made contact with you, you were next, or you were on its list.
Mhm.
So that creeped me out about The Grudge. The Ring didn't creep me out as much. The only thing about The Ring that really that bothered me was the way they move. The flicker stepping shit bothers me. I don't like it. It's eerie.
Thank God, scary movie that made a parody of that scene.
Yeah.
The chick just tried to climb up the stairs. All of a sudden, she misstepped and rolled down the stairs.
Is that the one that he was in the closet with, and he's like, "Keep the bag on, don't fuck it up"?
That one I did not know.
They were having sex in the closet. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, let me know. I can't remember what show that was from. It was one of the Wayans brothers, and he was sleeping with the demon, and she had a bag on her head, and they're in a closet or something, and she goes to take the bag off, and he's like, "No, leave the bag on, don't fuck it up."
Edgar asked to do movies.
I think
Conjuring movies. Ooh.
That'd be curious to see a Pitfall movie.
Mhm.
The scariest movies you scared the most, blah blah. I would say the Conjuring movies. I haven't seen those, but you could be right because I won't see those because I saw an ad for them and I was like, "Yep, not watching it." I'm not a huge horror movie fan. Like Haunted Houses, not a horror movie fan. I've watched them, but I don't like watching them. I'm not a big fan. If my wife wants to watch one, I'll watch it. She likes them more than me. I think all the dog barking now is because I think my wife is home. I'm not sure.
I've seen one meme of a father and a daughter, and the father and the baby daughter tried to practice the baby daughter's first words. So the father says to the baby daughter, "Say, dada." No, the girl said, and the daughter kept saying, "Mama." No, say, dada, mama. Fuck. Then he got frustrated. All of a sudden, she said, "Fuck." What? They got confused. What the hell? Instead, next thing you know, the mom just arrived from the air rats, and then, "Hi, everybody, I'm home." Then the baby daughter said, "Fuck." And she replied, "Oh my God, who taught you to say that word?"
Yeah.
Dad.
Who taught you? Dad. Nice. Sold them out.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Some of the MCU movies are kind of scary. Not really that scary.
Yeah, I saw the New Mutants, and everyone was like, "Oh, Marvel tried to do a horror movie with that," and I did not see horror movie in that at all. I did not think that was an attempt at horror at all. And for someone that's not a big horror movie fan, I mean, I don't know where they were getting that from, but it was a little bit more. It was less light-hearted than some of the mainstream Marvel movies and shows, but it was far from horror. I mean, if that's what classifies as horror nowadays, then I guess I can watch horror movies again.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad at all.
And what really the bombs is that they wanted to introduce Mr. Sinister in a theatrical version,
Right.
Only ended up in a deleted scenes. That's it.
Oh, he was in deleted scenes in that?
Yeah.
I didn't even see the deleted scenes. Oh wow. I did not know that.
Uh-huh.
Because they were dealing with um one of their own was the villain, the Moonstar or whatever.
Demon Bear.
Right, but Demon Bear was her creation, right?
Yeah.
Um
Sort of, but it's
did they ever
let's just say a deity from her heritage, a Native American
right. And
heritage, Native American
they
mythology.
it was yeah, but it was supposed to be protecting her. Wasn't that the premise that because she had the idol and whatever, and it was protecting her, and she had to tell it she
Uh-huh.
didn't need because that's how she defeated it by saying she didn't need him anymore.
No.
Spoiler, but the movie's been out a while, so
Hmm. Came out in 2019 before,
yeah,
and it's one of the last Fox movies that end before being acquired by Disney. Bastard.
yeah. I think they should definitely reboot the New Mutants because I definitely think those characters. I mean, I liked the Magic casting. I liked
Hmm.
the Sunspot casting.
Sunspot.
Yeah, there was some good casting in that.
Hmm. And what's odd for me is that the New Mutants was bridging the gap um between the aftermath of Days of Future Past and also the was it Logan.
Right.
Because if you those for those who remember the ending of X-Men Apocalypse, a group of guys walked in and take all the stuff from Weapon X compound, and once they closed the briefcase, it says SX Corporation, and those who wonder who the fuck is XX? SX? That is Mr. Sinister.
Right.
All the fans go, "Oh my god, we're gonna see Mr. Sinister." Nope, not that.
Yeah, is that hospital that they were all in? Was that who was running that hospital?
It's supposed to.
Because I missed that. What you just said, I missed that in the movie, and I thought it was just like a human facility trying to control the mutants.
Hmm.
But that makes more sense if it was Sinister, because yeah, he's always been looking to create his own mutants.
Yep.
His he almost had the same goal, different
Mhm.
methods, but same goal as like the High Evolutionary.
Yep. And as a matter of fact, it was Mr. Sinister shows his in comics. He gave some sort of formula to High Evolutionary before he became the High Evolutionary we all know and recognize. Because both Mr. Sinister and High Evolutionary came from the 19th century.
Right.
In comics.
Right. Yeah, I think I saw that they have the High Evolutionary in one of these new films or shows that are coming out.
Yep. He appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Or maybe that's where I saw him. Yeah. But I'm surprised they're not using him as a bigger part. Like some of these characters that they're using need to be more epic. Like I get the Kang thing fell apart because the actor got in some trouble.
Yeah.
But they should have just recast him and continued with the Kang thing because Kang is a big bad for the whole universe. He would have been good. That story would have been good. They set it up to be something. I don't know how they're explaining it away. But I mean, a lot of their TV series at the time were setting up that whole thing.
And streaming. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
TV streaming. Basically, it's a TV.
Basically, that's what I mean when I'm talking. Whenever I say TV, just know that I mean their streaming stuff.
Mhm.
Because there's really nothing on TV right now that's exclusive to TV. It's all streaming.
All nothing but news and rerun game shows.
I just need Marvel and Star Wars for that matter, but I need Marvel to be bought out by someone other than Disney.
Give it to Paramount.
I don't think it'll ever be good or great where it is right now. And they've gone through a lot of owners. I mean, Revlon owned them in the past.
Revlon, the makeup company.
Revlon, the makeup company. I think back in the 90s they owned them, or right early 2000s. I can't remember, but yeah, they owned it for a while.
Revlon owned Marvel. Really?
I believe so. I mean, again, don't take my word as law, but that's what I remember hearing back then, is that they owned it, and it definitely showed. There wasn't a lot of the action figure scene wasn't existent. The merchandising sucked.
Mm-hmm.
The focus was just basically on the books. There was no TV or movies going on.
Mm-hmm. Acres of movie asked, what do you enjoy more, The Golden Child or Boomerang? I would say The Golden Child.
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing funnier when Eddie Murphy tried to imitate the Buddhist, Tibetan Buddhist monk. He did what the nap? That cracks me up. We go, you can't do that. Damn. Crazy. And by the time he passed the test, he grabbed the knife. Ha! I got the knife. Now turn on the goddamn lights.
Yeah, I'm drawing Daphne here. Daphne's got some weird ass shoes.
Stiletto.
I don't know. I can't translate them into more realistic shoes because I don't know what's supposed to be going on with them, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to draw them the way.
Could be either stiletto or high heels.
Almost looks like a. Remember the superhero? What was her name? Dart or something like that? No, I'm sorry. Silver Sable. You remember Silver Sable?
Yeah.
Remember the darts she used to have, or whatever they were, on her outfit, throwing
Yeah.
knives or throwing darts. That's what the top of her Daphne's shoes look like. Like one of those darts.
Oh, yeah.
It just sits in the front.
I find it so funny when they depict Silver Sable, she speaks in a Eastern European accent.
What is she supposed to be?
I don't know where she's from originally. I would say, yeah, somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Hey,
But,
I was going to say, I think she is European. I'm not sure. That's why I asked, but I always thought she was.
Yeah. Even Spider-Man has a almost crush on her, but no, she's a bad guy. I'm a bad chick.
So they drew her as hot for a while, and back in the late 80s, early 90s, and then all of a sudden, when she reemerged, they made her old. Not super old, but like she had wrinkles, like crow's feet and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe she's what's the what I was looking for? She's trying to be a cougar.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I felt kind of dirty after that.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. But...
Yeah, Spidey encountered a cougar villain. That's a test.
Well, isn't what's her name older than him? Black Cat? Or am I wrong?
Yeah. God. The dirty pillows. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's how Terry Dawson drew Black Cat. The cover of Spider-Man and Black Cat, Evil Man Can Do.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of curves. Mm-mm-mm.
Were you a fan of Adam Hughes before Dodson or not?
Yeah, Adam Hughes. Oh yeah, I remember. I have the article from. I have a magazine from Wizard that explains different cheesecake artists. The biggest one as everybody knows, is Greg Horn, not Greg Land, but Greg Horn.
Right.
They made a big splash page of White Queen wearing the similar outfit from New X-Men, holding a card. Legs spread out of go, god dang. Once you turn the page, you got Greg Land. Then there's Adam Hughes. And then there's Terry Dodson.
Yep. Adam Hughes is my favorite because he has a very sexy, modern feel to 20s pinup style.
Yeah.
You know, because it reminds me of the old school posters from the 20s, but it's definitely sexier and more modern looking or feeling anyway.
Oh, Acres asked me, do I like Asterix the Gull? From a time being, yeah, I've seen some of the comics of Asterix and Obelisk, and I do remember there was a cartoon back in around the 70s and 80s, reintroduced in the 90s, of Asterix and Cleopatra.
I don't remember that. I gotta check it out. Josh, I like this so far, but I got to change her mouth. But what do you think? What are your thoughts on Daphne so far? I haven't gotten to Wanda yet.
Oh,
Let me see if I can embiggenate. Oh, that's in Smolinate. That's not it at all. Oh, hold on. I can do this. That didn't do it. No, that only did it for me. How do I get that up there? That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. I'm gonna go through all these. I don't know what that is. There's both of us. That's the biggest version. I guess I could just switch us. There you go.
hey, look at it.
So make a streaming series sequel of the movie Julius Winfield, the character from Pulp Fiction, as he continues his as he wanders the earth like Kane in Kung Fu. Mr. Pete Vasquez, what's going on, Pete? What's going on, brother?
It's that time.
What's that?
hate to ask, but is that time?
Yeah, it is that time. Pete, you came in at the bell, brother. If you're around tonight, Pete, and you want to jump on and draw and plug some stuff, man, I'm streaming it. I'm streaming at 10:30, dude. I'm gonna post it again on my socials, but come on by. Come on by and hang out.
He said plug it.
All right, cool, man. I look forward to seeing you over there. I start at 10:30, so keep an eye out if you're up and around. Thank you, Josh. It's getting there. I gotta change her mouth. I'm not happy with her mouth. I gotta make it look like she's more like she's choking and not like a sex doll. Right now, she's kind of got sex doll mouth. So we'll fix that up. And then I got to give it some sort of ambiance so make it look like she's in a restaurant or something choking.
A little bit of what's the thing called photo reference.
Yeah, I was using sex doll photo reference for this.
Oh shit!
Kidding. I'm joking.
Alright.
Maybe I'm joking. All right, let me wrap this up. All right, everybody. So, Q, you have anything you want to tell the people?
Oh, what was it? First, as usual.
Okay.
As what I was about to say. Oh yeah. First, you do them where they can find you, and afterwards I'll do the outro.
Let me throw my stuff up. Blah, blah, blah. All right, everybody. Head on over right there, right next to the COU. It's foresight11.com. That is my website where you can have all the links to social medias and the links to the current campaigns are there. They're also in the chat. If you scroll back up, you'll find them. And and go back at it. Unbound Fury 2. It's live now on Indiegogo and Kickstarter, so you can pick the platform of your choice. And and don't worry about it being number 2 because the catch-up tiers are available as well on those campaigns. And but like I said, if you go to the website here and subscribe to the website too, if you subscribe and then back it, you will be getting an exclusive mini print along with your pledge when you receive the rewards in the mail. All right. I will be on again tonight at 10:30. Look for me here. I'll be on the Madness doing my draw stream. And come hang out. Check it out. If you an artist and you want to get online and get on live with me, just ask me. I'll drop you the link. I might drop the link in the chat. But come check it out. And that's all I got. So let's head over to Q.
Yeah.
Take it away, brother.
Alrighty. You could always find us here in the Madness Comic Network on all the platforms you can think of, including Fail.net, Facebook, and YouTube. Peace. So long, everybody.
Later, everybody.